things that have been alive make a sharp crack.
One evening at dusk, we mistake a charred tree stump for a giant man with legs hidden in the brush.
Nothing has happened. We are here on the framework of leaves. At times a cry opens the throat. We lose warmth, then the shaking, cradling us in the light wind.
Waterfall, by the waterfall where spirits of the stream race and dive from rocks. Hold a small child under.
I've seen the eyes of the trees, within the thicket a jolt of glimmer left to watch over us, like heavy rain waiting.
Heavy rain waiting. Startled by a hummingbird, I'm jumpy as a rabbit. The path, the tunnels, and there's an axe struck deep. You need to know that I don't like shadows and unidentified, always being one step behind. This is how you learn to stay alive. Sunlight streaming through branches. All young girls must remain alert.
I branch out according to the light, master trees, to open my chest wide with the strength that comes from a seed.
My youth flickering on and off like spider's silk.
The air was inert, traversed by trembling and quivering. It needed to withdraw, to set life aside, to push it towards areas where pockets of quietness opened.
And then a breeze at last, prompting leaf fall, loud as fire.
You can see in me how the street burns.
Spider's silk spinning in the sun among collapsed fences, rotting stumps. Thus I grew in this maimed form.
Così sono cresciuto in questa forma amputata.
A tiny two-leaved seedling pushing up.
A tiny two-leaved seedling.
A tree is a complex being.
I start to bend, to take the way back.
A tree is a complex being that has relationships with soil and air and mycelia, as well as other trees, roots and branches and insects with teeth.
I head towards the brothers who are pushing my nightly bifurcations.
When thirsty, a tree emits a noise high and fast, audible to humankind when slowed down 1,000 times.
The surface breaks at birth. I brush against it. The sky has the smell of my sap. I have circumscribed myself, my majestic stature.
A tree must deal with many teeth.
From the branches, the nape, a treetop.
A tree is a mass of tentacles in a sea of leaves.
That listens, hesitates.
Last night, Ed and I went for a walk in the dark with the moon. Round to the clearing last night, Ed and I went for a walk. It was dark. There was moonlight. He knew his way, in the dark, along and off the path. When we get there, I slip my arm around the rough bark, slender waist of a young oak. My fingers trace adolescent names into the trunk. A wonky heart.
Once, in a wood in the Appennino, I was walking for hours, entrusting my sorrow to every footstep, listening to the light within the foliage of the trees, to disperse the circles of my torment, like water enveloping a smooth boulder. When suddenly a tree with a very scarred trunk came to meet me. All the eyes that I have opened are the branches that I have lost, it said to me.
You could read it in its bark the history of cuts and amputations, healed and transformed into growth, obedient to light, beyond all obstacles. Any going is a going back.
Breathing, I was growing. In the collapse, something sweet, a hollow of time.
Trees don't need to move to exact revenge. Leave that to the crows. Trees now see me, now you.
All the eyes that I have opened are the branches that I have lost.
A long, drawn-out, involuntary retreat that ends in our asphyxiation.
In your asphyxiation, you are tired. You are making the buds break out. The bark is splitting apart, no longer resisting. With closed eyes, you keep fighting. The earth is a rock, crumbling into tiny pieces of gravel. From the heart to the crown, the leaves are thinking up a sentence for you.
I go into the rain as into a dark wood.
I go into the rain as into a wood. Wings densely interwoven, opened and closed under the bark.
Can a fragment ever be complete?
I walk, my nape protected by my guardians, my gaze freed from the cage of my eyes.
Love shook my heart like the wind on the mountain, troubling the oak trees.
I'm going to give back to the leaves the tree they have lost.
I'm going to give back to the leaves the tree they have lost.
This is how you learn to stay alive. Sunlight streaming through branches. Fanno rumore secco le cose che sono state vive.
Things that have been alive make a sharp crack.
Poetry to finish.